Sorry, I just realized I was muted that whole time. What's up, everybody? I'm Jacob98, commentating today's race. And, so, as you can see, Dunkel has banned all castles, and Vert has banned No Cape, No Star Wolf. So any second now, when we get the spinner ready, we're gonna go ahead and pick the first category. Oh, well, although we still have to worry about, cropping the strings first. But, how's everybody doing today? Alright, we got the wheel on screen. Now we're spinning. Spinning round and round. Let's see what we got. And we've got an 11x and no cape for the first race. So let's get some hype in the chat for 11x and no cape. Always a good category to start out with. And here you see the runners. DunkelGotik on the left, Vert on the right. Go ahead and pull up their PBs to see what we're working with here. Sorry, my computer and internet getting really slow right now. Just give me a sec. So it looks like Vert has got a 1332 glitchless, but that's from 4 years ago. So probably hasn't been super up to date on this category. And he's got an 11x with cape, 1019 with cloud. So, obviously he's got a lot of potential here. Check Dunkel's out. And Dunkel has an 1112 glitchless, no cape, which I think was talked about, I guess, during this race with TN. So, not really sure what to expect this first race. Should expect a good race nonetheless, because these are both obviously pretty experienced players, both being B class. And Dunkel had some really good races yesterday. He had some really good 11 exits, because they did one with cave, one without. So, we'll see what happens. It should be a good race nonetheless. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get started with the race in just a minute. The countdown here. Alright, they're starting to pick their files. Okay, so it looks like they've started now. They're both on their intro cutscene. Getting ready for, looking forward to a good race today. Yoshi 2, the classic start. I'm assuming we're doing glitchless, because I didn't see anything in the race room about either the green orb or cloud. I don't think anyone wants to do orb or cloud in a race. Seems a bit, it's a bit risky. But you know, they're going run through Yoshi 2 here. They're going ham. We'll see if we get any 361 attempts from either of these guys. That's obviously the goal of this level. They're both going for it. And, 0 for 2. It's pretty hard trick, honestly. 56 paid off from both guys, that's what you want to see. As long as you don't lose your speed anywhere by running off the platform, you're gonna get that. Alright, so Yoshi 3 now. Bit of a scarier level than Yoshi 2, but still kind of easy once you get to this level and above. You know, you're not probably gonna see any deaths from these guys until at least the ghost house at the earliest. Unless they decide to push them E, I don't think they win the race today. They're running on these ground platforms all the way to the end because that way you save frames and everybody got 259. But Dunkel getting a 258. We saw Dunkel get 258 yesterday too, but it looks like he's doing the right movement to get a 259. So I don't know. Maybe this one off with his first. Gotta check that out after the race. But yeah, we're doing 11x no cape this race. First one. Running through Yoshi 4 here. Shell jump attempts from Vert, it looks like, but just a bit off the execution. Only did about 0.2 anyway, so not a problem to mess that. Now, for most people, this is the first really scary level of the room in this castle, but as long as you play it safe, you're not likely to die. Unless you just forget to press the A button or something, which happens sometimes to deal with restarts. That's how it goes. Vert with better player fence jumps than Dunkel. Dunkel playing it safe. Oh, Vert actually opting to skip the midway. That is definitely a strat in 11x and no cape. Bit of an old school strat, I think. People are figuring out more how to jump through the boomerangs these days in the ghost house while big. Because you want to save the stop 0.75. But you know, you can definitely save time doing small only. He's saving time by not getting the ball transition in the fight, but he is losing time in this fight because he can't get as fast in the fight. The small only. But Dunkel doesn't have a great fight either, so he's fully saving time over Dunkel in that aspect. And then we'll have to see what strats these two go for in Tourney Secret. That's where their routes are going to start to diverge. Dunkel will have to shoot some fireballs to kill Koopa in front of the Yoshi, and Vert will just be able to jump off of the Koopa and continue with P-Speed all the way through. But Tourney Secret 1 is where they're going to have to make change to see if Dunkel will damage boost, or if he will go for just holding the fireball the whole time. Okay, I thought we were gonna see a small strat here. I thought it was gonna pull up the shell jump. But no, you don't want to do that during a race. Unless it's a small only race, which I would normally race anyway. Yeah, 360's coming out from both players. I think they were about even there. Dunkel lost a bit of time because he lost P-Speed in the jump. But he was able to pick it back up on the ground, only lost about 0.2. Dunkel killing the fish. Vert going for the pacifist route. I gotta say I respect it. Now these fish, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, what goes around comes around. So if you kill some fish, at some point they're probably gonna kill you. And you know, unless you like losing runs to Dawn Secret. He's going for the forward scroll. That's a good strat. And Dunkel, okay, I guess Vert didn't like the positioning there of that guy. He's losing a lot of time here. Trying to swim with this P-switch. Oh, this is really scary. Oh, Vert, he's getting, just lost a lot of time. That's okay. Honestly, losing about 8 seconds there is better than death. Thought we were gonna see, maybe a stair clip from Dunkel, but he's just gonna do that anyway. A little bit of a damage boost. Dunkel playing it safe with the mushroom, I gotta say I respect it. I feel like if you're Vert here, you're just gonna go in the second round because the first time you also got a secret, but I'm not sure if he's watching that. Looks like that's what he's doing. Okay, yeah, that dueling position was really bad, so he just wasn't getting it. Interesting strat. Okay, Dunkel got the RNG jump. I missed that. I was paying attention to the other side, but you know, either way, fairly clean ghost house from both. Honestly, as long as you don't die, it's kind of what you're looking for here. Dunkel with a 336, that's really good. And Vert probably gonna come through with a 328 or so. $329 come through from Vert, not too bad. Vert getting the disco blocks on the fade out screen. You love to see it. Alright. So this is no cape, so there's no zips. Dunkel taking the best line possible. Not quite. He lost a bit of time there, but we're still good. Vert, not the cleanest spin blocks, but it works. Good job there. So now, we got Star World 2, bit of a resident sleeper level, but still, you know, it's still easy to mess this one up. Gotta pay attention, make sure you go down at the right time, or else you will hit one of the fish, and possibly if you eat too many of the fish with Yoshi, with the baby Yoshi, it turns into a big Yoshi, and then you lose a lot of time because you're moving half the speed of the water. Because you move at a speed of between 15 to 16 while just normally swimming, like sub-pixels per second, and you move about 32 in the water while holding the water. So you lose a lot because you're going twice as fast. So from TM in the chat, it says there's the lead difference of about 12 seconds. We'll see, there's a fade out of 752 from Dunkel. Let's see what TM's is, or Vert's. He had a cleaner start with 3. Okay, so now it's about 8 seconds. These lead shifts are important because, especially in such a short category, they can switch just like that. Pretty good Star Wars force coming up from both. Full P-speed strat, you love to see it. Okay, I'll pay more attention here. 827 fade out after Star Wars 4. See what Vert has. That's 8 seconds. Looks like 8 seconds to me. Maybe I'm counting it the wrong time. But Vert definitely saved time by not getting the Yoshi. Alright, so now we've got Castle. Room 2, he's not going for any insane stuff. We'll see if Vert goes for the Koopa bounce in room 2. Well, he does switch sides, but he doesn't go for the bounce. A little bit of a bounce. Dunkel going for damage boost. Scary works. Someone asked if I can improve my audio. I can try turning up my my mic after this race. Okay, I'll try holding the mic closer to me. Got a pretty clean dark room from both. Wasn't the fastest, but you know, as long as you don't die there, that's the important part. I think the lead is about the same difference between them. 5 seconds. Okay, so this is close. If either one of them messes up ball skip, this is a single thing that's going to change the lead. So this is about as crucial as it gets. Is Dunkel gonna take this all the way home, or is Vert going to make up the deficit? We'll see. Either way, it's going to looking at the race for sure. No question about that. They're both going for ball skip. You love to see it. Honestly, if either didn't, like, they might just lose the race right there. At the end of the day, especially, now we're getting to Class B, getting the more experienced runners. Like, if you're not going for the harder strats that you know you can get, like, you're losing momentum because you're playing it safe while they're going hard. Like, that kind of tension build up over time. Well, Dunkel going for the mushroom here. Looks like Vert's gonna skip it. We'll save about 0.75 there. So that's pretty major. Now we'll see how these ball skips go. Dunkel with an interesting setup. We saw that same one yesterday, but it looks like it worked. Vert with another interesting setup, that definitely worked. So we'll see how this goes. They have to nail these hits, or else that's clean from Dunkel. Let's see what Vert goes for. It takes a bit safer. They're both good, so it's all gonna come down to last hits, honestly. If Dunkel nails it, the race is over. If he doesn't, if Vert cleans it up, and Vert wins. So this is a pretty tight race, pretty tight first race, which is what you should expect to see from 11X and OK because it's such a short category. Dunkel nailing that first hit, so that means it's probably GG. Vert getting it too, but again, there's just not enough time to make up at this point. And that's going to be an 11:29 from Dunkel. Very good race time, but Vert finishing up just behind with an 11:34. GG's to both players. That's a really good race time from both. They both popped me, that's for sure, but that's beside the point. At the end of the day, I mean, these runs were basically identical outside of Donut Secret 1. I mean, obviously, Vert had Donut Secret 1, Dunkel had a lot better, and the Ghost House also, Dunkel had a lot better, but Vert made up a lot of time in Star World and a bit in the castle. But, outside of that, these guys were basically neck and neck the whole time. And you love to see it in a race like this, The last thing you want is one person to run away with it, and then you just watch 11 minutes of one person being 30 seconds ahead of the time. But, we had some back and forth here. At the end of the day, Dunkel just closed it out a bit better than Vert did. Well, they both had a really good Bowser, so it was just Vert's mid game wasn't strong enough, and he wasn't able to make up enough time in Star World. But that's a good race for both players. Alright, I apologize. It turns out I was actually using the wrong microphone in my Discord settings. So, hopefully this is better. Alright, I apologize for the lack of professionalism on my part. That's not what you like to see. Okay, good. I'm glad. I was gonna say, because I'm talking right into the microphone. That would have been really embarrassing if it were still bad. But, yeah. Bit of technical difficulties. I apologize on behalf of the entire tournament. Well, let's just say hopefully the next race is as good. That's what you'd like to see. Okay, so now we're getting to the next category. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be between all switches and 11 exit no cape. Now, if you ask me, I'm hoping for an all switches because it's a bit of a longer category. A bit more can go wrong, especially if they're going for orb, which I imagine they would be. And possibly chance of a game 3 also. And we do get an all switches. That's good. We haven't seen all switches yet this tournament, and I get the feeling that it's a lot of people's favorite category. So, that's really good. You really like to see that. Let's get some PogChamps in the chat if we could for all switches for the next race. I imagine a lot of people are excited about that. I know I am, for sure.
It's all switches with cape, which isn't as good because you get some flyovers here and there, but it's still pretty good. As long as we get some orbs going. Even though, you know, if I were the one racing this, I would be doing no orb, but I'm not the one racing it, so we're gonna get some orbs. Let's go. Yeah, big good luck to both players. This is definitely a bit of a more brutal category than 11x no cape. No cape does also have flyovers. This is true, but they're a bit more skillful to set up. You gotta make sure you don't lose Yoshi, and second, you gotta make sure you refresh the shell. But yeah, there's still kind of flyovers. We're also gonna have 8 orb attempts, so you know, and get the chat saying orb in all caps while I say it directly in the microphone. So that's honestly the most exciting part about this whole thing. Alright, now we get the second race underway. This is going to be a bit of a different first race. Or first level. Because now they're going to go get Now they're going to get Yoshi at the beginning of Yoshi 2. So there's a bit more chance to mess it up. They're going to... Oh, Dunkel... Okay. Looks like Dunkel going for no orb. Doing Yoshi 1 first. Okay, I couldn't tell if Vert got the skip, where if you open up the Yoshi box with a shell instead of normally, then you actually save a bit of time on a text box. Like, it opens up faster. I don't know exactly how much. I probably should, but it's just one of those weird, like, super unknown Super Mario World strats that just not a lot of people talk about because it's just very hidden. Half a second faster. Yeah, that's a pretty good time save, definitely. Alright, so Vert actually will now go back to Yoshi 1, and he will do the orb glitch. Pretty classic glitch. Everyone loves it. Alright, let's see if Dunkel can get the first yump. If he does, he wins the race. Oh, he doesn't, but it's okay. He still has 3 more chances, but then again, Vert has 4 more chances. So Vert could 4-for-4 yump him and just win this entire thing. Got a dump in chat. Let's see how the first orb goes. Successful. So the way that glitch works, now I don't know exactly because I don't know how to do it myself, but basically, when you shoot that piranha plant with the fireball, and then you grab the coin, when you grab it at the same time that Yoshi grabs the coin, then the game gets kind of confused and it replaces the asset that would be the coin that Yoshi grabs because you grabbed the coin. So instead, Yoshi will grab the chuck. Well, Yoshi will grab the next asset over in the level, which is a charging chuck. Since Yoshi's not supposed to be able to grab charging chucks, the game replaces it with a random sprite, which is a power-up that will yield an orb on the next level. I think I explained that right. No yump from Vert either. So right now they're even footing in terms of the yumps. So orb on Iggy's Castle, I believe, saves about 30, maybe more. It's probably more. You lose a bit of time in overworld movement due to having to go back from Yoshi 3, then all the way back to Yoshi 1, because there's no Yoshi in Yoshi 1. You have to get it from Yoshi 2. But because you're completing Yoshi 2 anyway, it actually saves a lot of time, because you don't have to do any of Iggy's Castle, and you don't even get the closing cutscene. So, you know, you're saving 30 to maybe even 40 seconds. So right now we had a 311 fade out on Dunkel's Yoshi 3, and we're gonna have about a 321 or 322 fade out on Vert. So you know they're only 10 seconds apart right now, but the thing is, Vert's gonna be able to finish Iggy's Castle in like 10 seconds, whereas it's gonna take Dunkel over a minute. So that's gonna even things out a good bit. And now Dunkel heading into Iggy's Castle. See what he's able to do here. Whereas Vert is going to be grabbing himself an orb at the very beginning. And we'll see what that looks like. The thing that makes this scary for doing orb is not only do you have to get the orbs, but you also have to make sure you just can't get hit on any level, because if you get hit, then the power-up will spawn down. And in that case, the orb will spawn down, and you need to spawn the orb. You need to use the orb to save the time. So yeah, Vert had a 418 fade out. Dunkel's probably going to have something in the 450s. So yeah, he's going to be about 40 seconds ahead. Also, orb. So yeah, while getting orbs does make the run a lot more stressful, it also saves a lot of time. And it looks a bit cooler. Because, you know, at the end of the day, the levels you're orbing are all auto-scrollers, pretty much. I mean, Iggy's Castle Room 2 is just an auto-scroller. You orb Burbage 1, which is an auto-scroller, and Donut Plains 2, which is an auto-scroller. There's Morton's Castle, which you kind of have to wait out a cycle anyway, and No Cape. We're not doing No Cape, but, you know, it's basically an auto-scroller because you kind of have to wait for the cycle. That's 2 for 2 on orbs for Vert. So, you know, he's sitting pretty good right now. I think if you're Dunkel, you just have to make sure that everything's clean from here on out, because he does have the potential to save time. If Vert messes up orbs later in the run, like, he can lose a lot of time. And also if he gets hit, he'll lose a lot of time. Because normally, if you're just doing PB attempts, that's just a reset. But you can't reset in a race. So, that's kind of what makes doing orbs for this category scary. Like, it saves a lot of time, but if you mess it up, you're in a really bad position because you spent so much time to get it, and you can't even reset to do it again. You just have to kind of go with it and deal with all the time loss that you're incurring. Okay, Dunkel with a very interesting routing for Donut 1 normal exit. At first I thought he was just going to get the secret exit, and I was like, that's not right for this level. But he is instead, he just went above the pipes for the normal exit, which I haven't seen before. Oh, Vert messed up the orb a little bit. You're supposed to get it so that you don't lose Yoshi, because now he's going to have to get a Yoshi in a different level, because he still has to get 2 more orbs for this route to really work. Unless he's just going to give it up. So I'm not sure what his strat is from here. Okay, he gets the Buzzy Beetle Cradle. Honestly, he kind of wins for that. That's pretty hard to do, because you have to dupe both of the blocks, and then you have to get it in between. It just looks sick. I'm assuming he's just not going to get another orb, because otherwise... Because you save a lot of time in this level by having Yoshi, because you're able to grab the blue shell for the secret exit, and then fly all the way up to where the secret exit key is. But he's not going back for Yoshi, so I imagine that means he's just not going to do orb, because he'd lose about the same amount of time in overworld time, whether he did it before or after this level. Vert going for the pipe fly, though. We'll see if he's able to land it. It's not an easy strat. And Dunkel finishing up that... Oh, I forgot that this is with Cape. Okay, so he gets the pipe fly. That's good. Yeah, I forgot we were doing all castles with Cape, so there is a chance that he'll go back for Yoshi still. We'll just have to see. He'll probably go for it in Vanilla Dome 1. I mean, Donut Plains 4. The question is, will he go back for the orb at that point? We got a yump from Vert. I didn't see if Dunkel got it or not. of time. Vert saved a lot of time there because Dunkel has to do this level normal exit, whereas Vert already orbed it. Okay, so he's going back for Yoshi and Yoshi 2, it looks like. That's probably the move. Less overworld movement. So Dunkel going through Auto-Scroller Heaven right now, and Vert is going back for another orb, so we'll see how successful he is on that. And that's 3 for 3 orbs so far for Vert, which you love to see. It's always good when people nail their orbs. So Vert, well, obviously he has to go this no cape. So, will he go for left side boo bounce? He will. It's an easy strat for Class B players. Dunkel going to the ghost house now. Vert's a good bit ahead, and he's just going to be even more ahead now that he has the orb, which he will use on Morton's castle, which is quite a long level. So even though he's spending all his time to go back and get the orb, he's still saving a lot of time on these levels. While Dunkel is able to do the cape strats on some levels where he'll be losing a bit of time. Oh, he messes up Donut 3. That's not what you like to see. This is not an easy level. No cape. Even with a Yoshi and a blue shell. Alright, he plays it safe. That's not good. I'm not sure what Vert's game plan is at this point. He was supposed to re-grab that, Okay, so he's just gonna go the rest with shell. I'm assuming that means that he'll just use the orb on Morton's castle and then be done with orb. I think that's probably the best option. Get a Yoshi and Donut 4 so you can do wings, but like I don't think you should go back for an orb at this point because you know, it's just I feel like it would save a lot more time. It would lose a lot more time than I could potentially save because there's also the chance that he always messes up orb, and then you get hit on like the Resner fight, and I just don't think it's worth the commitment. But we'll see. We'll see what his game plan is. That's obviously a pretty rough death that brings this match to be a bit closer. So for that reason, he might just risk it and get the orb. But he did lose game 1, so I feel like it might behoove him to play more safe. Okay, he's playing from a deficit. And now Dunkel going through Donut 4. Vert also going to be going through Donut 4. He's a bit behind. Both grabbing Yoshi because they got to do VD1 wings. Pretty good Donut 4 with Yoshi coming out from both players. Dunkel messing up the room 1 strat. That's not good. It's pretty tight timing. Vert nailing the orb grab on Morton. Orb. Meanwhile, Dunkel going through room 3. Not going for the spring. He doesn't really need to. VD1 wings coming out from Vert. This looks good so far, and he nails it. 375 wings grab. That's not as fast as it could be, but that's pretty good. Probably went for a safe strat because it's a race. I can't say I don't respect it. So I'm not sure what his strat's going to be here. Obviously he needs cape for this level because that way he can't get the Yoshi clip in this level, which saves a lot of time. You can only do it with cape because you have to... So when he clips here, you have to float there. it looks like he's in water, but he's actually in air because of the way this level's designed. So he has to float with a cape. So if he does a no cape, you can do like frame perfect, like Yoshi jumps the whole time, and just do crazy setups to do it no cape, but nobody's gonna do that in RTA, let alone a race. Now Dunkel coming through with his VD1 wings attempt. We'll see how it goes. He's also going a bit safe. Gets the dupe. So he gets an insight from chat. So he's not going to go back for the Butterbridge 1 orb, but if he didn't get the clip, he was going to. Oh, that's pretty tough. Dunkel messing up VD1 wings. That definitely brings the match more in favor for Oh, we got a bit of a VD1 meltdown. This is very unfortunate. Okay, so he's just gonna go the normal exit. I gotta say, I respect that he was not in a good position for that. We'll see how his backup is here, because backups are the most important part of races, really. See how Dunkel's Room 3 is. Not often a level played, because most people just do wings in this level. Vert with a 275, that's a very good VS1. Wow, Vert getting the frame perfect Koopa jump and the P speed. I'd like to see it. It's probably not frame perfect or pixel perfect, but I'm gonna act like it is. Flying through VS2 here, no big deal. Getting a 261 is not too bad. You can get a 262, I think, maybe a 263. Yeah, someone's saying it is frame perfect in chat. You love to see it. Pulling off frame perfect tricks, even though they're completely unnecessary for the run. That's good. That's what races are all about, baby. Now it's flying through VS3, Vert is, while Dunkel is finishing off the secret exit of VS2, or VD2. Playing it safe, not trying to get hit by those fish. I can't say I blame him. Losing your cape there is really rough. 267 from Vert, that's the best time you can get. You can't get a 268. 267 is really good. And Dunkel finished off with his Red Switch Palace. Let's see how his Yump attempt goes. Is he able to nail the Yump? He gets the Yump. Alright, so honestly, I think that brings Dunkel back in this race, at least mentally. But yeah, in all seriousness, this is a pretty rough deficit. At the end of the day, Dunkel really needed to nail those wings. Vert had some blowups too, but he was able to back it up well enough. Getting first try wings is really crucial, especially on a category this short, because this is the shortest category where you get wings, I'm pretty sure. So, nailing it is omni-important. Alright, so he's able to play it safe here, because he got the red switch. Well, Vert actually gets the Thwomp despawn, which saves about 0.1. It's like if you, as you exit the pipe, if you... Yeah, Thwomp Boss as it's called. If you swing your cape like as soon as you get in the room, or like soon after, and you do it at the right timing, and I think it's also luck-based, you despawn the Thwomp, so that way you're able to just keep swimming forward, and you save a little bit of time. It mainly just looks cool. Vert with a clean Resner fight. He keeps his cape. Dunkel with a really good VS2. I mean, he had a bad start, but after that it was good. I don't believe Dunkel is not going for Orb to avoid Crash, because I could be wrong, but I don't think Orb has a high consistency with crashing the game. I think I'm only going to crash the game going for Cloud, but I could be mistaken. I think he just wants to play it safe in a race. I can't say I blame him. Although if he had gone for Orb, this race probably could be a bit closer. But, you know, he's sitting on a 1-0 lead right now. He probably doesn't want to risk it too much. Dunkel, missing the P-Speed takeoff on VS2. That's not too bad, as long as you don't freak out and accidentally get hit. Vert doing a bit of score manipulation on the Koopas. Don't mess around too much, bud, or else you will lose that cape. It's happened to many runners before. So, insight from the chat, Dunkel said that he does not want to do Orb and all switches. Fair enough. If you're not confident with it, even if you're able to do Orb, he's probably confident with Orb because I know he's a bit of an 11 exit guy, and that's mainly what you use it for. Although you also use it for here. You know, just you're able to do one at the beginning of the run doesn't mean you're able to do 4 of them consistently throughout the run, let alone in a race. So, you know, I don't blame that. Yep, TM in chat saying if you spawn enough sprites, you can despawn with the scale platforms. This is true. I don't think that's happened to me before because I never jump on the Koopas that much because I get scared to. But I'll tell you, if there's one thing that makes me not want to do it, it's that. Despawning sprites because you spawn too many other sprites, that's pretty bad. Meanwhile, Vert threw with the one auto-scroller that he actually did while Dunkel swimming through the vanilla fort. So, yeah, this, because Dunkel is a whole vanilla fort and Butterbridge behind, essentially. So that's, this deficit's pretty rough. But we still got Yoshi clips. We still got Yoshi clips in FOI2. That can definitely swing the tides a big amount. If Vert misses the clip more than 4 times, Dunkel might actually have a chance here. Oh no, that's really bad. He messes up his flight. How's his backup? Dude, backing up, messing up at the end of this level is like one of the worst. But he's good. He didn't die. Because that level at the end, that level just sucks, honestly. Like, normally you just fly over it, but the end of that level is actually just horrible. Yep, I've despawned SGS Orb. I did it in one of my PBs, because I get the star. And, yeah, you just swim to the bottom, and just make sure you don't lose Yoshi. Vert playing a safe room 2 of Ludwig. Yeah, I don't blame him. He only has a cape. Whereas Dunkel actually has Fire Flower, so he might be able to do room 2 cape or room 2 Fire Flower. He has that option, and also he'll save about 8 seconds in the Ludwig fight. Oh, that is painful. Vert losing his cape. What's he gonna do? He's gonna grab the mushroom. Vert losing his cape at the very end of the room. He's getting lucky with these Koopas, though. I'll tell you that much. Whereas Dunkel is finishing up with Butterbridge. Okay, he's crouch jumping on the fence. That's good. You know, minimize your hitbox while still be able to take an extra hit. Does Vert know about the cycle skip in Ludwig, though? He probably does. He's a Class B runner. He's pretty good. And he nails it. That's good. That's going to save him about 8 to 10 seconds off of having to do it in 3 cycles. But Dunkel's going to save even more time than that, as long as he doesn't get hit and keeps that Fire Flower. Those are the 2 most important things. Don't lose your cape, don't lose your Fire Flower. Dunkel's going to save a lot of time off Vert on that Ludwig's castle. But he is still half of Butterbridge 1, Butterbridge 2, and Ludwig's castle behind Vert. So this race, it might be over. It's still too early to say, because the second to last thing you do, other than the Blue Switch Palace, is Yoshi Clips in this run. And Yoshi Clips definitely one of the scariest things, because it's kind of a hard strat, first of all, but also, there's always, even if your sub-pixel is perfect and your setup's perfect, there's always a 25% chance that you'll miss it, just because this game sucks. So, you know, keep that in mind. And also, if you get the first clip and you clip out, then your sub-pixel is off and you're not going to know what it is, because nobody has perfect sub-pixel knowledge. You know, there's ways to set it up consistently to get a good one. But if you clip out, your sub-pixel gets reset, and it's completely random what it gets reset to, essentially. So Vert grabbing Yoshi here. There is sub-pixel manipulation after the first try, alright? Learning things today. Vert going for cape here. We'll see how his finished second half of FY1 is. Not the cleanest, but it's no big deal. He's trying for FY1 wings. That's really a hard strat. You gotta make sure to avoid that P-Balloon, or else you're gonna be stuck in the P-Balloon animation for about 15 seconds. And that would just be a terrible time loss. So, no FY1 wings from Vert, but, he's sitting on a pretty comfy lead. 242 is not too bad. He's got a cape, he's got a Yoshi. We'll see how FY2 goes. Whereas Dunkel is gonna be heading into Ludwig's castle. Finished up with a pretty clean butter bridge, too. Alright, so he goes for what I imagine is the beginner subpixel setup. That's the one I do, where you get hit. But he does mess up the clip, but at least his subpixel he's gonna know. Okay, third try clip. Yeah, this race is pretty much over. It would take a massive choke on Vert's end, and I just don't think it's gonna happen. So that looks like we're gonna be heading to a game 3. So let's get some hype in the chat for a game 3, possibly. But Dunkel, he's still able to finish out with a pretty good time here, it seems. Might be able to finish out with a 26. Vert, on the other hand, is going to finish out with a very low 25. Not bad at all, considering the blow-ups that he had. And he only went for 3 out of 4 orbs. Gonna get a pipe fly. That should work. No yump, but Vert finishes out in the 24:47. Pretty good, so he takes race 2. GG's to Vert. That's a very good time, whereas Dunkel's going to be finishing up with his Force of Illusion here. And we'll see how that goes. So Dunkel now finishing up with FY1. See how this goes. As I said, Vert wins game 2. So they're both sit 1-1 right now. We'll see what happens game 3. It could be either... I actually don't remember what the other categories will be. Okay, so the other categories are going to be 11x and no cape, and all switches no cape. So either way, we're going to get some no cape action. Good, honestly, I've seen enough cape this race. To be honest with you. Okay, so Dunkel just abandoning the first clip. He's going to go for easy clip. It's always good. Play it safe. I wonder if that really is as easy as it looks. Indeed, win is intermediate clip. So Dunkel going to be finishing out here. It looks like he's going to be finishing out with a 27. It is as easy as it looks. Alright, good to know. Hold down left and tap A. It's slower for normal exit. Alright, so we got a 27:42 coming out from DunkelGotik. That's pretty good. GG's to both runners. Not an easy category. Definitely had some mistakes from both, but At the end of the day, race nerves are going to be what it's going to be. At the end of the day, we're going to get a Game 3, and that's what you like to see. And we're spinning the wheel now. Is it going to be all switches, no cape, or 11x and no cape? It is going to be all switches, no cape. So, it's pretty hype. So, good luck to both runners in this third race. This is going to be for all the marbles. This is going to determine who wins this this best out of 3. Obviously, no holds barred. I think this is the first. Oh no, Sebi versus Sonic Rojas had a Game 3, but this is the first race being restreamed where there was a Game 3. Oh, actually, I think TM versus Dunkel yesterday was Game 3. So never mind. Just don't listen to anything I say. The point is, we're going to be getting into Game 3 shortly here. So let's just see what happens. I think it's going to be a good race. This is the third Game 3 of the tournament. Okay. Race is going to be starting shortly here. We'll see what happens. So all switches, no cape. All switches, no cape. Largely similar to all switches with cape. I think the only difference is you save a bit of time here and there on like little levels, and if you're going for no orb, you save a lot of time. Just because like you're gonna be able to zero cycle Morton all the way through, and like you're gonna be able to fly over the levels, so it normally take a while. But you know, be able to do the VD2 clip. Yeah, no cape wings are a lot harder. I think most people would attest to that. And at the end of the day, they're going to be slower no matter what, just because you have to like fling the Buzzy Beetle. It's weird. So Vert going to be going for wings or orb again. Okay, alright, so it looks like we're going to be getting orb from both. I don't know how, but somehow Dunkel actually saved time on that Yoshi grab. Even though he didn't actually grab Yoshi with a shell. Vert getting the glitchy shell grab, you love to see it. Let's see if we're able to get a 361 from either player. Vert not going for it. I guess we wouldn't get a 361 anyway, because I got Yoshi. Still. Looks like both players are doing orbs. I think Dunkel realized how much time he lost just by not going for the orb, so he's like, well, this is game 3. I might as well. My back's against the wall. I don't have an extra game to play with if I lose this. So I gotta go ham now. Especially because he lost the race yesterday. You know. So at the end of the day, going 0-2 in the group stage, you know, he's really gotta go. His back is really against the wall at this point. If he loses this, I'm pretty sure he's out of the tournament. So he's got to do everything he can to kind of catch up. I'm sure he really was hoping 11x at no cape was going to be picked on that third one, because that's seems to be a strong suit. Both players nailing the orb. Don't go with a bit of a faster orb grab. I'm not sure how that happened, but 2 people move on from each group. Some are groups of 3, some are groups of 4. This is a group of 3, so only one person gets eliminated. But it's still scary nonetheless. Dunkel a bit ahead. think he just had a faster Yoshi 2 and a faster Yoshi 1. And he has Orb, which means he's gonna be even. But he lost a bit of time jumping on that P-switch. So Vert missed jumping on Yoshi after the Orb. Alright. No jump from either player, so at the end of the day, this race honestly doesn't really mean anything. I mean, if you're not getting jumps, what are you doing in all switches, really? But you know, we'll see how the rest of the Switch Palaces go for Orb jumps. Yeah, Tourney cancelled indeed, because no jumps. They have a chance to redeem themselves on the Green Switch Palace. If at least one of them gets a jump, then we're good. Going through Yoshi 3 here. The biggest thing in these levels is just going to be not dying, because not only do you have to deal with respawning, but you also have to deal with getting Yoshi again. Yeah, I think Group A has 7 groups, so that would make sense. There are 25 people, there are 3 groups of 3, and 4 groups of 4. Yeah, because there are 25 people total. So there are 14 people moving on from Group A, 8 from B, and 8 from C. So the bracket stage is going to be pretty weird. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Regardless, they're going to Yoshi 4 here. We had a bit of lag there, but it's fine. Dunkel getting a 274. I guess he messed up one of his jumps, so that should actually bring him around even footing. Dunkel's still going to be a bit ahead. He saved enough time on Yoshi 2 and Yoshi 1 to make it even. He might have also had cleaner brown platform jumps on Yoshi 3. But a cleaner orb grab. At least it looks cleaner. Okay, so they're closer together. They're about 0.2 apart. Really, which is really what you like to see. They're keeping it close at the beginning. That means that, you know, they're just setting off to a good start. These are almost synced right now. It'd be great if we had a race that was similar. Okay, Dunkel losing time to that Koopa every time. Oh, he's getting hit off Yoshi. This is a rough Yoshi one from Dunkel. But at the end of the day, the thing that matters most is if he gets Orb or not. We'll see what happens there. Getting that midway is crucial because that means every time, the next 2 times you come back for the Orb, you start from midway. So you don't have to worry about going all the way through this level again. Alright, so we'll see Vert's Orb attempt. Nails it. And Dunkel crashes! No! Dunkel crashed the game. Oh, that's... I think this race is over. I mean, he's saved, but... Dude, he's... Oh, no, he's gotta go all the way through again. Get Fire Flower, get Yoshi. What's he gonna do? What's the plan? He's gonna go through normally. Yeah, it's not over. I forgot that he saved after, Yoshi, or Donut 1. I mean, Iggy's Castle. But man, that's really rough. So I guess someone else was, whoever else was right, saying Dunkel not going for Orb, afraid to crash the game. I wasn't aware you could crash it like that, but obviously that shows how little I know. Man, that really sucks. He was just a bit off. I'm not sure what causes that. Obviously, it's just your timing off. Yeah, if he grabs Yoshi here, it will always crash if you get hit by the chuck. It will never crash if you don't. Okay. That's good. Alright, Vert with a nicer orb grab this time on DP2 because he doesn't get hit off Yoshi, which means he's going to save a lot of time on the secret exit here, and also Donut 3, Donut 4, and just the rest of the run he's going to be able to get more efficient orbs. And I hate to say it, but if you're Dunkel right now, I mean, you're probably... I don't know what you're thinking, but the point is you got to keep a level head. You got to think, you know what, that may be, but this race is still doable. I don't know what Vert's up to, but I'm probably still keeping it close to them. You just have to maintain a positive mindset, or else you start making really bad mistakes. The 1 in 1,000 mistakes, the ones you never make. And that's when you start losing the mental battle, and that's when you just start losing the race. So both finishing up with a DP2 secret exit. Only difference is that Dunkel now is going to have to do DP2 normal exit, whereas Vert can continue on to the ghost house. No jump from Dunkel. We'll see if Vert gets it. This is crucial. And Vert gets the jump, saving the entire tournament. Let's go. Alright. This is officially a race now. So now Vert going back for another orb. I don't know if Vert's watching stream or not, but I feel like if he is, he might just not even want to bother with the orbs because, I mean, if you saw what happened to Dunkel, I feel like that would make you want to never go for orb again in the race. Obviously, you know, if you do it right, you're not gonna mess it up. But I mean, who knows if he's gonna mess it up, right? Or would you even take that risk, especially with how far ahead he is? But he nails it. Not even a problem. This guy, it's just like laundry for him. He just does it. Oh, what day is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. It's time to do another orb, and Yoshi won. Not a big deal. It's just my 3rd out of 4th in a row. So yeah, as they're saying in chat, if you know how to do it, you know you're not gonna crash it. Which honestly, if you're Vert, if I'm Vert, I hope I'm not watching stream, because otherwise I don't want to, I don't want to even have to worry about it. I just want to be like, I just want to imagine like that's not a thing that can happen, because I'm not going to make it happen. But like if you see that happen, you see the other racer do it, then you're like, what if it happens to me? And you start second guessing yourself. That's when you mess up your muscle memory. So Vert had a bit of a rough donut 3 last time. Does it better this time. Dunkel's saving a bit of time on the ghost house, but I hate to say that it's going to take a lot more than that to bring this race back. But he's still in this, for sure. I mean, Vert could always mess up. Dunkel is going back for an orb. Alright, so if Dunkel nails these last 2 orbs and Vert messes up the next orb, this race may be a bit closer. This movement is really hard, so I don't blame him for not getting it. Vert gonna be able to fly through the rest of this level with blue Yoshi. Green Yoshi and a blue shell. Whereas Dunkel going for his orb attempt. I really hope he does it right for his sake and for the sake of this race. But we'll see what happens. If he does it right, he won't mess it up. And he nails it that time. So, okay, that's important for a mental battle. That's important for the mental game. If you're able to nail the thing, even if you mess it up the last time, like if you get it the next time, like at least you're like, okay, well this isn't actually so bad. Like sure, it's fucked up that I messed it up in the first place, but at least I still know how to do it. But instantly falling on donut 3, that is not what you want to see. Oh no. Vert with a clean orb grab and Morton. And Dunkel really needs to learn the no cave start to this level, because that's pretty unfortunate. That death is not good. So it looks like Vert is gonna be. He's going for no cape wings with the boost shell. I gotta say I respect it. It's not gonna wake itself up, and he nails it. All right. So what's the move here? He's losing a lot of time here, but he gets it as long as he grabs the wings. All right, so he does save time getting the no cape wings. Honestly, I can't say I blame him. I don't know what he's doing in the wing stage, but Dunkel had a really rough Donut 3, it looks like. I mean, Donut 3 is honestly one of the worst levels in the game. It just sucks. No cape. So, we'll see how his Donut 4 goes, though. He cannot get hit. If he gets hit, then he's losing the run because of the orb. Those hammers are scary, but he gets through it okay. Meanwhile, Vert is swimming. Vert is swimming through, he's gonna have to wait for this fish. That's not good. Is he gonna be able to get a cape here? That's a fire flower. Actually, he needs a fire flower, so he's good. Dunkel going for the star in the second half of this level. It's definitely the best option, for sure. Because that way there's just no way you're going to get hit. You kill every enemy, and the star lasts more than long enough for the rest of the level, as long as you maintain P speed and you don't die, or some stupid crap like that. Okay, so I don't know if he knows how to set up the orb here. He's going for it. That looks fine. That's not the fastest it could have been, but a 389 is good enough. No Yump coming out from Vert, but I'm not sure he's worried about that with the... Because he got the green switch Yump. As long as you get at least one Yump per run, like you're chilling. Vert appears to be going back for Orb. Dunkel does not appear to be going back for Orb. Maybe it makes more sense after you can get the Fire Flower from the level. Alright, let's see how Dunkel's no cape wings go. Oh, this dupe's gonna be tough. Because he has to worry about the other. Oh, but he gets it. He gets it. Oh, but he... What do you do here? That's the worst. When you miss those wings, because you can't just swing through it. I don't know what you do now. So it sounded like Vert got a successful orb. This race is looking rough. Yeah, no cape wings are a lot harder because it's hard enough to get the wings, first of all. But second of all, you just gotta... I mean, it's so hard to actually grab the wings. If you don't grab them instantly, you're freaking done. I mean, there's really not a way that you can do it. Yeah, unless you redupe the block, but like, who would ever want to do that? I'm not sure what Vert is going for with that Yoshi, but it's fine. He doesn't need to get another orb. Alright, so he's going for wings again. Okay, the shell jump from Vert, he's swagging now. Oh, you cannot get hit here. If you get hit here, that's rough as heck. Wow. 2 pixels away from getting hit. Meanwhile, Dunkel, still trying for the wings. I think he just wants to get wings, honestly. I can't say I blame him. With everything else that's gone wrong, might as well at least do the one, get the one mental victory. Whereas Vert's going to be finishing out with the rest of his upstairs. Let's see how his No Cape No Star World levels are. He did ban No Cape No Star World, so clearly, so maybe he doesn't feel like confident on these levels with no cape. Yeah, he doesn't. It doesn't look like it. We're doing all switches no cape now, which is why this this level's a lot rougher. Oh, this is really scary for Vert. If he doesn't know how to do this level, he cannot get hit, or else he is losing that orb. Yeah, he's got to play it super safe here. Can't go for that second Fire Flower either. Wow, he gets a glitchy bounce off the Piranha Plant. I gotta say, you know, if Vert, not that I'm wishing for it to happen, but if Vert loses his orb, it'll make this a lot more interesting. It probably won't make it that much closer, but he gets pretty good ending. Because Dunkel, and he grabs the Dragonfly. It looks like Dunkel's kind of giving up a little bit. It looks like he really wants to get wings, and yeah, it's not looking great for our hero. So he's just flying through the level normally, it looks like. Does Vert know the movement here? It looks like he does. He's nailing it. That's a really hard one. You gotta jump to that second dolphin. Sometimes it helps if you eat the first dolphin, which you can only do in Japanese. Can't do it in US. A little bit of a damage boost through the spikies. I respect it. So Vert gonna be finishing out. This is the only really scary part of this level he has left, I'd say, of this run. That is, he can't get hit on. If he gets hit on the Resner fight, which you know he's got to get a bit lucky, or he's got to have a perfect setup. Yeah, if he gets hit though on the Resner fight, it's not even worth it to go back for the orb. Like he's just gonna lose about 2 minutes. That's just what's gonna happen. Not 2 minutes, but you lose about 1:30. Is Dunkel trying for the flip? He's not. Alright, saving a bit of time, not going for the vine. I respect it. Vert is playing it safe. I gotta respect it. 246 first run is a bit slow, but at the end of the day, when it comes to losing 5 seconds via taking it slow there, or losing 1.5 minutes by losing your orb by getting hit, yeah, it's just not a competition. Like I know I'm gonna pick every day of the week. That's bad, Bony Beetle RNG. Orb in the Weebly fight. Man, he gets hit. Oh my gosh. That is not really going to change a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. But that sucks. That does lose a lot of time. I feel like at that point you might as well just grab the orb. You're going to save time anyway. Yeah, unfortunately the restreamer actually cursing the runner in a run. Dunkel missed the jump. But it's alright. Now Vert playing through this, playing through Butterbridge 1 now. We'll see how his Butterbridge 1 is. We didn't get to see it the first race because he used Orb for it. Actually, no, he didn't. He didn't use Orb for it last time. Ah, if he had used the Orb, he would have fallen in the lava. That is true, because you basically don't move when you use Orb. Or like you keep walking in a straight line and you don't stop for anything. Well, on an Orb? No way. Butterbridge 1 does stand for best level ever. It's true. It's written in the source code, actually. That's hidden stuff. You're not supposed to look that up. A little bit of Scorman Nip. He's already at 300k, so... I don't know. I think he's going for swag points at this point, because, I mean, what else are you going to do? He lost his orb. Like, it's rough. Gotta be careful here. As we've seen all too many times before, sometimes you mess around too much on Butterbridge 1, and you end up dying. Lose even more time. Oh, you cannot grab that cape, Dunkel. Almost gets a good movement. Grabs the mushroom. Yeah, Dunkel did almost DQ himself, but he saved it. He didn't grab the cape. The first race was 11x no cape. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are on this tournament, actually. It might be tournament specific, like for this tournament, if you grab a cape, then you DQ. But normally, for a run of the... No! That's not a big deal for Vert, but it's a pretty unfortunate death. You have to maintain P-speed through that, or else you're not going to be able to run through those blocks. But he needs to go back for that Yoshi because he wants to fly through the second half of that level. Because doing the second half of that level without cape or blue Yoshi or blue shell and Yoshi is just like, no, don't even try. Unless you're Resophos, there's just no reason to even do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can die. Alright, so you have to have P-speed here in order to make it over these. I think if you hold B, you can probably do it anyway. But, okay, he doesn't know the strat. But he gets it fast enough. I think he get the midway here. Wow, that was like a frame-perfect blue shell grab. Meanwhile, Dunkel doing some swimming through the vanilla fort, just Michael Phelpsing around these Doritos, fish bones, and dry bones underwater. Gonna lie, I have to admire the well, this isn't the Mushroom Kingdom, but I have to admire Dinosaur Land's architects because somehow they found a way to put spikes and other similar architecture underwater and not make it rust. I think U.S. architects who really learn a lot from the people who worked in Dinosaur Land. Whereas Vert finishing up with room 2 here, Dunkel with a pretty clean Reznor kill. I don't know how he got a 217. Normally you're Vert scary in room 3, but he's saving it. He saved it. Oh, Lost Core coming through with the sauce and chat, saying we already have enough rust in this tournament. This is very true. I mean, you know, can't argue with it. Alright, Vert gets the cycle skip. The hardest category would be 96, just because there's the most to it. I mean, yeah, doing 4 orbs is hard, but, like, the stuff you have to do in 96 just doesn't even compare. It does depend on the runner, though. I mean, there's definitely some people in this category that would probably rather do 96 with cape than no cape. Okay, someone's saying all castles no cape. Yeah, for the harder strats, for sure. Like what you do at the beginning of VD3, that's like a Kaizo trick. That shell jump. Nah, no Star World is, well, it's not easy, but it's really fun. I think it's the best category in the game. Meanwhile, Vert finishing up with Ludwig's Castle. He's going into FOI 1. He does have a Yoshi, so let's see how his no cape strat is at the beginning. That's pretty clean. Oh, but he does lose Yoshi there. He can grab another one. Hopefully it doesn't spawn as a 1-up. And it does not. Yeah, 96 exit with no cape. That's pretty tough. You gotta do an Arbor or Cloud. Dunkel, meanwhile, finishing up with Butterbridge 1, the best level in the game. Okay, that fire threat is actually fire. I'm not gonna lie. Playing it safe here. Oh, dude, the fire takes out the Flying Hammer Bro, too? Alright, this guy's pulling out the OG strats. I'm not gonna lie. Dunkel finishing up with the best level, so it's all kind of downhill from here. Not getting any more good content. So, I gotta be honest, there is one part of this run that I don't quite understand. And if someone in the chat could explain it to me, are you only able, that first Koopa that comes down in Butterbridge 2, are you only able to eat him in Japanese version? Because I always try in US and it doesn't work. Now I'm playing on JP, so if it does work, the next time I do No Cape, No Star World, I'd like to know. Vert missing the first clip. See how his backups are. He misses the second clip. Hold up when you tongue. And he gets kicked out twice in a row. That's very unlucky. He didn't do the subpixel manipulation right, or maybe he doesn't know how to do it. But he's just missing that clip. This is really what Dunkel needs. Okay, so Vert saying, forget that. I'm just going easy clip. I can't say I blame him, and in fact, I don't blame him at all. I think that's a great idea. What is that? Has anyone ever done this clip before? Maybe this is intermediate clip? It almost worked. I'm not gonna lie. And now, the backup to the backup, I've never seen anyone try to clip there. You can probably clip everywhere on this level, honestly. Vert, self-destructing a little bit here in FOI1. But he's able to go for easy clip. I mean, this race is still pretty much over. Easy clip. Easy clap for the easy clip. And one good thing about that clip is you can't get clipped out. Can't get kicked out. So, Vert finishing up with FOI2. First Super Koopa in BB2 is not a reasonable exclusive. Just hold up on the D-pad. Alright. Lesson learned. Thank you, TM. And are we going to get a final yump? And he gets the last yump, once again saving the tournament. GG's to Vert, finishing up with a 28-25, whereas Dunkel's still finishing up his run. Big GG's in the chat to Vert. Went down game 1, only lost by 5 seconds, but he really just carried it. These next two all switches categories. Pulling out with did he get a 25 something in the first race with cape, and with no cape with 28-25. Not bad at all. But yeah, he does win his first match. Dunkel, going through FY1 here. I'm not sure what he's doing. First completed all switches, no cape run. That's better than my PB. So, good job. Dunkel finishing up FY1 here. He just has to not really loses Yoshi, and he should be able to get like a mid-30, which is not bad considering. I mean, he crashed the game as well as a multitude of other mistakes. You know, he wasted about a minute and a half in VD1, I gotta be honest. So, really, Dunkel, honestly, if he hadn't crashed the game in Yoshi 1, and he hadn't, and he had just gotten wings VD1, like, similarly amount of time to Vert, this could have been a lot closer. But still, I mean, it's not too bad. He's still gonna finish that with a decent time. Alright, maybe not a mid-30, but he could get like a 31 something. Almost getting the left side clip. And missing right side again. Yes, clips are brutal. At least he didn't get hit by the urchin, because then he just can't clip at all. Well, we could do easy clip. And he's going for easy clip. Can't say I blame him. I'm not sure what the point of Fire Flower is. I guess I'll find out. That does look pretty easy. So Dunkel gonna be able to finish out here with, looks like a high 31. Not too bad at all again. He made just a whole boatload of mistakes. And, you know, it's rough. Races are rough, man. Because if you make a mistake, then how are your backups? If your backups aren't good, then, you know, you're going to be in a rough spot. But he does get the yump to finish it out, so honestly, I think Dunkel ties Vert on that. GG's to both. At least got some yumps from each runner. Let's get best of 3. So now Vert, I guess, just practicing on his Yoshi 2 a little bit. Not a bad idea at all. If either, I think we'd be open to some post-game interviews if either runner wants to. And Vert practicing is in a 6. So, that's good. It's always good practice for getting wings, you know? See how it looks. Vert, not open to doing an interview. Not a problem at all. Just wanted to put the option out there if you're open to it. And Vert is in a 6. Doesn't need to do an interview, honestly. He's just a god at this point. GG's to both runners. I guess if Dunkel doesn't want to do an interview, I'll see if you respond on Discord. Alright, so I think if neither runner really wants to do an interview, I think we might just be wrapping it up for this match. Yeah, later today we get the first Class A match of the tournament, so that's exciting. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Make sure to follow the Super Mario World channel, because that way you'll get updates as to when the next race is. And honestly, what else? What more do you want than that? Because for the next few months, until this tournament is over, that's the only thing we're streaming on this channel. Who are the racers? That is a good question. Arcalark and Pisu. It's going to be a good race for sure. Imagining we might get some 96 in there. I think both of those runners have dabbled in 96. It's going to be a good race, nonetheless. But yeah, I think we can pretty much wrap it up here. I don't know if there's anything else to really address at this point. Good race to both runners. Great job. Okay, Dunkel's saying he has to leave. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. So yeah, good race to both runners. Thank everyone for watching the race, and here's the next race. Go Super Mario World.